Hey Pisces, this is your October read for October 2021. I'm gonna be doing a general read, then I'm gonna be doing a partnered up read, and then a singles read for the month of October, and we're gonna be wrapping it up with an oracle card. If you like this video and this message resonates, please feel free to like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get started. Messages for the sign of Pisces as we're moving into October. You see that? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I just want to move these cards so you can see them properly. Okay, so for the immediate past, you have the Hanged Man moving into the Moon reversed, moving into an immediate future, the Judgment. What you don't see is the Eight of Swords, and the overall energy and transformation is the King of Wands. Okay. And with the bottom deck energy, the Knight of Pentacles. The first message that I really got was that it's time to sow your seeds, to officially start planting the seeds that you're wishing to grow for next year. And even though you might want them to come to fruition sooner, some things are going to take a little time, and now is the time to prepare for the future more than just for now. For a while now, you could have been feeling stuck, almost like you didn't have all the puzzle pieces, like you didn't really know exactly what path you wanted to take, or you felt that there were some secrets or some things hidden from you. More like, maybe it feels more like skills. I feel like this is going into more career at this stage, because these are general readings, the first part. Yeah, and it just feels like there was so much that you didn't know. It was almost like you got started with something, but then there was so much you didn't know when you got started that you sort of almost ended up spinning in the mud. That's sort of what this feels like, this energy. But I feel like the more you're becoming aware of the things that you didn't know, or that you didn't know, like there were some hidden things or some things that maybe weren't shared with you at the start. As you're becoming more aware of that and things are being illuminated, that feels, yeah. You're actually gonna start moving out of the stuck energy and really go into your true power that you've maybe been sitting on for a while. I feel that you got started with something. I don't really want to say prematurely, because you got started with it, or you wanted to get started with it at the right time, but that energy that you wanted to carry, that you wanted to create out of this career, this experience, that's something that's going to come into fruition now. That's what you're manifesting. That power, that's security, and that safety within yourself to actually pursue it. That is what you are creating. The work that you've done, the things that you've already put into motion, are still going to come back to you, even if you left it for a little bit. When you restart that, when you go back to it, or you maybe just start putting more energy into it, you're gonna start seeing results, and it's gonna be like you never stopped. But you need to go back and you need to feed more energy into whatever this is, because it feels like career. It feels maybe even like a business. Like maybe you got started with something and you didn't know all the business parts of it, or maybe you didn't have all the skills that you needed, and maybe you didn't even know some of them, or what these skills would be, or what this would even look like. So as you're learning what that looks like through actual practical application, you're gonna step into that King of Wands energy. The King of Wands, the wholeheartedness, the power to know that you can create what you desire. And that you have the power to really bring it to life. Which I know it feels more, I'm getting a lot more of an Empress vibe from the King of Wands. I wouldn't be surprised if the Empress shows up in some shape or form, because it sort of feels like that. Okay. Just gonna pull some few clarifying cards, and then we're gonna move on to the next part of the reading. Okay. The part that you don't see is that when you got started with this, it was intentional. This might sound a little mean. I feel like this might come across as a little bit of a mean. It's not meant to be mean. But you went into this prematurely for a reason. There was a reason for that. And the reason was that the lessons you needed to learn to create this, be this is a successful business or career, whatever this looks like, you needed to get started before you were ready. So it is for your highest good that this happened the way that it happened. And that's just the bottom deck energy. Okay. Yeah. It feels like you got started with something, and then you took a break, and now you're coming back to it, or something along those lines. And maybe you didn't take a break, or maybe you just were feeling very unmotivated and like you couldn't really complete some of the work and some of the things. It was just exhausting. So even if you pushed yourself, you had to almost hype yourself up to get yourself to do it. And you're maybe even contemplating changing your career, changing your job, maybe pivoting your business. But there's a change you're wanting to make from taking this break and seeing things from a new perspective. Those changes that you're wanting to create in your business is going to bring you a lot of success. Something that's really coming across is you feel almost guilty in a way, or like you are, like you've manifested something, but you feel like you're turning your back on it in a way. And you might feel guilty about that, but you don't need to be guilty about that. That was whatever this thing is that you ended up not completing or leaving, or whatever that looks like for you. Take it how it resonates. That was meant to happen because you were meant to learn about what you will and will not accept in this environment. As you're moving through this energy right now and moving forward, you're gonna have to shift a lot of your mindset. There's a lot of, it feels almost like I don't really want to say blocks, but it just feels like you're standing in your way a little bit too much, and you can make this a lot easier if you get out of your head. Sometimes the easy answer is the right answer, and that's what's really coming through here as well. Sometimes it is easy to get to the rainbow. Sometimes it is, or maybe not easy, maybe that's the wrong word, simple. Maybe the way to get there is simple, but you're overcomplicating it or spending too much time in your mind. So that's important to maybe just be aware of that, be more aware of that, and just get out of your head a little bit more and know that you got this. So yeah, I'm gonna move on to the partnered up part of the reading. You know, I don't actually have upside down cards. I think there are 2 upside down cards in this whole deck, and you got one of them, so but yeah, okay. Yeah, so now we're moving into the relationship part, and then after that we're going to be doing singles readings. So just then out, what messages do you have for the partnered up Pisces? Be it. I'm not going to take that one. I don't feel like it was. Okay. Now, partnered up doesn't necessarily mean a full-on committed relationship. It could be someone you're involved with, but just if there's someone else in your energy at this moment. What else do you have? Okay. Well, you're ending a cycle. Yeah. Moving into something new. Yeah, you're going through a huge transformation currently. Huge. Yeah. You're closing out some form of cycle with someone that you maybe have been waiting for, or maybe you've been hoping for some better reconciliation. This is not for everyone, of course. It's a general message. So this could be someone that you're no longer with, but they're still in your energy, still attached to you. So there's still emotions there from your side or their side. Okay. Okay. Let me quickly run through this. Okay. Basically what I'm getting here is for the people in separation, you closing out the cycle is actually gonna allow you to meet someone new. It almost feels like this person that you're holding on to might be a little bit toxic, or this relationship might be toxic, and it's actually blocking your blessings. So as you're releasing it, letting it go, you're gonna make so much space for new people. And as you go on your new journey with the Fool as well, you're gonna start getting out there. Just be aware. I feel like there's just a little bit of a warning to, if you get into something, if you leave the situation and directly get into something, to just not have rose-colored glasses on and just be a little bit more aware of the red flags. I'm not saying there's anything wrong if you have met someone new, but just to be more aware of that, because you're having a lot of internal battles as well around this. It feels like one day you're ready to go and the next day you're not, and then it almost feels like this toxic energy is almost like, okay, well, for today we're okay and everything's good, and then tomorrow they'll be weird and then it'll be difficult to be there again. So it feels like that, and that's why it needs to end. But I feel like for most of you in separation, I'll get to the ones that are not in separation now. It's okay to let go and to know that you are going to find someone new. Okay, for the ones not in separation that are still together, I feel like there's some form of new beginning in your relationship where you're going to actually be focusing a lot more on yourself, where you're both going to allow each other to be together as a couple but also separate as individuals. And it might be a little bit of a difficult transition. I don't want to say difficult transition, it just feels like it's not going to be something you're used to in your relationship. But yeah, that's you're both going to be focusing a little bit more on yourself and on the connection, but just giving each other a bit more space. That's something I'm definitely seeing. Just watch out for, if you are the feminine in the connection, the one with the feminine energy, you don't necessarily need to be a woman, but if you're the feminine in the connection, just, this might not resonate for everyone, but just be aware that if you're having feelings like something's being hidden from you and that things are, like you just have a feeling that there's something up, you should probably look into that a little bit more. I feel like there are some things hidden, but also I feel like you're fighting yourself. And if it gets to that point, you either need to let go of your mind, maybe it's something from the past that's coming up again, or there really is something there and you should maybe just have some clear communication. But if this is resonating, I feel like the person that you're with is actually quite selfish, or could be selfish, maybe not all the time, but just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. Don't go into anything with rose-colored glasses, but either way, it is a new beginning here for the partnered up Pisces. Now we're gonna move on to the single Pisces. And then I'm gonna have a quick oracle card, and then yeah. Okay, for the single Pisces, what's happening in October for the single Pisces? Straight up, you need a I feel like there's an imbalance between what you're giving and what you're receiving. But not so much that someone's not reciprocating, but it feels a little bit more like you're not giving yourself enough. That's the first thing I got. While you're entering a period of healing currently, definitely, but I feel like you're also coming out of it. I think that you just came out of something, or you're finally moving out of the energy of something that you felt stole your time and stole your energy. I'm gonna put the clarifying cards on now. You feel like you got involved with something that ended up being a pipe dream, or ended up just being something in your head, and now you're feeling anxious almost about getting stuck in that again. But what you need to know is that you went through that experience to learn a lot more emotional intelligence, and to really understand your worth and that it was for your highest good. But at the same time, don't get stuck in the past, because otherwise you're just going to be attracting someone like that again. Someone that's feels like someone that had wasted your time, someone that you feel you couldn't trust, couldn't rely on. But I'm not going to linger too much on past energy, because I feel like you're getting ready to close out the cycle in any way. Yeah, especially with Judgment here. It just feels like you're aware of what you will not accept, basically, and that's what that situation taught you. You will not accept certain behavior, and that's great, and that's what you need to focus on as well. Okay. Well, I'm definitely seeing someone, actually 2 people. You have 2 kings here, and you also have a knight. It feels like you might have met someone, or you will be meeting someone moving into October or in October. At least one person. But it feels like you're worried about moving forward out of fear of being stuck or staying stuck or getting involved with something and then it ends up being a disaster. But I feel like an important lesson that you've learned, actually, you might not have realized that you've learned, or that you will learn as you're moving into this next phase, is that it's not really about the other person. It's about you, and it's about you feeling safe and stable within yourself. And even more importantly than that, it's not about trusting the other person or about knowing that they wouldn't do this or wouldn't do that, but it's about trusting yourself that if you're unhappy or if something happens, that you will leave, and that you've got your own best interest in mind. Yeah, something I'm really getting very strongly. So yeah, as you're moving into this new cycle and you're healing and you're letting go of a lot of what happened, you will meet new people, multiple new people, and you're actually going to be looking really good as well. You're going to be looking really good. People are going to want to be in your, I don't really want to say in your energy, because that can be a little bit toxic and not very good, but it just feels like people are really going to be drawn towards you. Yeah. So I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. So an oracle card for Pisces for October 2021. An oracle card for Pisces. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, I feel like this is talking a lot more about past and about you've learned to see the bigger picture of things, even if something happens now and you don't really understand why. I'm just seeing now that this wire is in here. I apologize. I'm a word. It's a Mercury retrograde, I swear. But you've learned that there's a bigger picture and there are more things involved than you might be aware of at the time. Not necessarily people, but just lessons and experiences in life, and you've learned to look at the bigger picture. Even if at the moment it might suck when something happens, you understand that there's a bigger reason for it. And yeah, you've really evolved. Whether or not you see that about yourself, you have. But yeah, this is what I've got for you, Pisces. I hope you have a wonderful month. I'm going to be uploading weekly readings as well. And yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And comment down below. I read and respond to every comment. So yeah, Thank you very much for being here, Pisces. Bye.